Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Ellarie here. So today's video is going to be slightly informative. I don't really get too deep into the reviews. So when I try to review something, I try to just study the pros, the cons, how to use it if you have it, what I think about it, in the simplest, most laid back way as possible. Because most people usually just want to know, does it work? Does it not work? If it does work, how does it work? If it don't work, I got it. So how do I use it to make it work? You know, so I try to help those type of situations. Anyways, I did a video not too long ago on Instagram with the Farewell Feathering lip pencil, and surprisingly I got a lot of comments about what the pencil was for and how to use it. So I was like, let me just make a video about it. That would help. But I didn't even know that people didn't know what feathering was. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background on that. Very simple. Feathering or bleeding is typically when you're wearing your lipstick and you get the lines that go outside of your lips. They bleed outside of your lips, causing them to, I keep doing these air quotes, I'm sorry, causing them to feather. It's just a term used for when your lipstick bleeds outside of your lip line. If you are familiar with the Farewell Feathering lip pencil that I have shared on my channel before, looks like this. It comes in the box. I showed you guys the packaging because these are my lip showing it. So cool. But there's also an example of what I'm talking about on the actual packaging. So if you go and pick one of these lip pencils up and you don't know what it's for, it shows you an example of what your lipstick will do without it and with it. Not all lipsticks feather, of course. Not all lip glosses feather, but there are some that do. And I told you guys, I think I told y'all the other day when I had wore, I think it was on a video, this red lipstick by MAC. Yeah, I did show y'all because I showed you the picture at the bottom. I posted a picture with this lip gloss on Instagram. And in the actual picture on Instagram, I used the lip liner. And I loved the color so much that I wore it again the next day. And I didn't have the lip liner on me, so I wore it without the lip liner. And I got some feathering in it, on it, with it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to show you guys, for those who don't know what I'm talking about or just want to see how the pencil works, what I'm talking about when I say that. Now, I had a better example gloss to show you guys because when I was in Antigua last year, I had bought this bomb looking red gloss with me on that trip, and as beautiful as it was, it bled so bad. It bled, I don't even know how to describe what I looked like when I found out it bled. It feathered so bad that I lightweight wanted to judge some of my friends that I was with for not telling me that I looked like that. I went to the bathroom and literally was the Joker. Why so serious? But it was dark. They may have not known, so I forgave them. But for some reason, I probably threw it away, but I don't think I did. But regardless, I can't find that particular lip gloss because that would have been a great lip gloss to test out this liner with to see how well it blocks. I know it was going to make a difference, but I couldn't find that one, so I just went ahead and got the same one that I referenced in the photo and in the video. The bleeding with this without the liner was minor. I only noticed it like in my cupid's bow and down at the bottom, so I'm hoping, well, I'm not hoping it's going to bleed again, but for tutorial purposes, I am. It's still a really pretty gloss, so it is definitely going to be usable and is usable with a translucent liner, or even if you want to ombre it with a darker liner, but you probably need to wear a liner with this particular gloss. It is called Suggestive, and it's by MAC Vamplify. Most time bleeding occurs when you wear glosses like this that are really opaque and like lacquers and just thick glosses. You can get it with lipstick too. I'm not really too much of a satin lipstick wearer. I will wear it every now and then when I'm just doing something that's kind of natural. But for the most part, I wear matte lipstick. So I don't really experience bleeding until I want to pull out one of these like highly pigmented colored glosses. So basically, I'm just about to apply it right now. And I'm going to, in order to to really test it out for you guys, when I apply it on, I'm going to turn on a timer so I can see how long I have it on and when it started to bleed. That way when I put the liner on, I'll be able to know when it should start bleeding by now. I hope that makes sense. Let me try that one more time. I'm going to put the timer on after I put the gloss on, right? And then let's say it starts bleeding around the 2-minute mark. I'm going to be like, okay, so I had it on for 2 minutes and it's bleeding. So that's the bleeding time. Then I'm going to put the liner on with the gloss and the timer again. And once I get up to the 2-minute mark and the 3-minute mark, you'll see that it is not bleeding out as it did without the liner. That made sense. I know that makes sense. Okay. So right now I don't have anything on my lips. I had a moisturizer on earlier today, but it's kind of worn off. So there's not really much on my lips right now. No liner, no nothing. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply gloss. See how it's popping, right? It's a really pretty, opaque, bomb red gloss. So can you see why I wanted to wear it the next day? Because I was like, who is she? Who is she? Oh, let me put my timer on. Hold on. Stopwatch. Put my stopwatch on. So it just started. Let me check on it first. I am noticing some bleeding already, so these results are going to work pretty quickly. But while it's settling, sometimes I like to give my lips a break from matte lipsticks because, like I said, I wear them all the time. Some way more drying than others. And usually when I need a little break from them because I'm getting like perma chapped and my lips is like, I will switch over to like pigmented glosses like this because they've been my thing lately. I've been loving the really opaque lip glosses. So in order to combat them, I have to use a liner because some of them tend to bleed. Some of them don't. I have experienced some that don't. I'll share that with you when I can. Like maybe I'll do a video on the best glosses that don't bleed. Don't quote me on that though, because I be talking before I be, don't quote me on that. But every time it gets to choosing a liner, even though I have a ton of them, I always have to do a whole bunch of swatches and decide if I want to do an ombre or try to find a color that matches that gloss perfectly. And this lip pencil is supposed to ease your mind when it comes to all that. Like when you don't feel like looking for a liner or you don't have a color to match the lippy you have on, this is a translucent liner. It applies clear. And the reason why this works so well is because like liners have, I don't know if all liners have it, like I'm not a liner maker, but the reason why liners tend to help prevent your lipstick from bleeding so much is because it has a wax in it. So the wax ingredient that's in it acts as a barrier to protect your lipstick or your lip gloss from bleeding outside of your lip line because you apply it to your lip line and it acts as a wall. Not that kind of wall that Trump be talking about. Anyways, it's been 3 minutes and 50 seconds. I'll take a little peek here. Yes, I'm in fact bleeding. Let me zoom in. So I guess you can consider this like minor bleeding. It's not half as bad as the other gloss that I was talking about, but you still can see where it is creeping out into the fine lines of my lips. So this isn't a gloss that I would wear throughout the day without a liner because as you can see, it's not as clean looking. It's just gonna keep getting worse as I continue to talk, and if I wanted to, you know, start eating and stuff like that, it's gonna get worse throughout the day. And because these are glosses and pigmented glosses, they're not as easy to clean up. It's just not something I want to deal with, and I'd rather it just stay where I put it. That would be nice. So now I'm going to wipe this off and then come back and do it with the liner. Okay, I just wiped it all off. Nothing on my lips again. I didn't want to put like any foundation or powder on my lips because number one, not everybody does that. Normally though, when I do wear lipstick, lip glosses, whatever it is, I do put like a very lightweight lip balm on just to protect my lips a little bit better. But for tutorial purposes, I'm just gonna start with a clean slate both times so that the formulas and applications aren't manipulated in any way. So now I'm going to apply the liner. Once again, this is called Farewell Feathering Lip Liner from CoverGirl. Easily recognizable in your local stores if you just look for my lips on the packaging. Now, as with any other liner, it's not 100% foolproof. It is supposed to resist bleeding and help prevent some of the bleeding. And instead of lining my lips, because for me personally, I line the insides of my lips. I don't go on top of my lip line or outside, just because my lip line is so defined and it's very obvious when I do that. But with the translucent universal liner, I'm going to go a little bit on top and slightly outside of my liner, because you're not going to be able to see it for one, and that's going to help resist the bleeding a little bit more. Why don't y'all tell me I have something on my lip? Yeah, I ain't right. And I like to apply like a couple layers of it, because it's not like it's a color where you're going to see it get darker and darker. So I'm not just going to be like and be done with it. I like to go over it a few times so that I can actually feel the liner there, because I feel like it, I don't know, it'll help resist the bleeding even better if you have a couple layers on it. So now I have my liner applied. I'm going to apply the lippy the same way I did it in the last video. Like I said, when I'm applying my lipsticks, I like to stay inside of the lip line. So even though I put the Farewell Feathering lip liner on top and a little bit outside my lip line for protection purposes, for application purposes, I'm going to apply my lippy inside the lip line as I normally wear my lipstick. Alright, now I'm going to put my timer on. Okay, stopwatch starts now. Great. Now I don't know what to talk about for 4 minutes. I had something to say the last application, but I don't really have much to say right now. No bleeding yet. Hope you guys are having a good day. It's Monday for me here. Going to LA soon. It's only been a minute. Okay. Let's see what else. See if anything new is happening for me. I have an announcement next month. It's pretty huge. You guys will see that if you continue to follow me. 2 minutes down, 2 minutes to go. Guess gonna do a little freestyle. Woke up this morning hella early, had to get my baby up around 7:30. Got dressed, went to school, cool. Wasn't acting a fool. She did a morning message on the gram and said who I am. Don't know if that made sense. I got 50 cents. About to go buy a pack of mints, cause my breath, I could take the hint. It's bad. And I'm hella sad. Toothpaste. I don't know. I kind of lost focus there. Grasshopper. Alright, we reached 4 minutes. Don't look at my shattered phone. I just did that recently. I will be going to the Apple Store tomorrow. As you can see, you can automatically see the difference on my bottom lip. The line looks super clean and straight, and it didn't look like that before. So as you guys can see, without the liner, the lip gloss was a little bit less precise. It bled out in certain areas, and it didn't look as clean as I normally like my lippies to look. Like, I need my lines looking crisp. And with the liner, it's a lot more cleaner, precise. There's minimal, if any, feathering at all so far. Throughout the day, since this is a gloss that obviously bleeds without the liner, later in the day, it's hot as heck outside, first of all, and very humid. So it may have minimal bleeding, like later on, a few hours from now. It's makeup, y'all. It's not 100% foolproof. All makeup, foundation, primers, for your eyes, all that have a purpose to help something, but it doesn't mean that it absolutely, without a doubt, is gonna work for everybody. And I have to reiterate that sometimes, because some people be thinking because I or somebody else says that, then that means it's gonna happen to them. Like, you may not apply the liner like I apply it, and it may work differently for you. I say that to say it obviously depends on the amount of feathering the lip gloss does in the first place. But what I have noticed from wearing it the past few months, that when I use it with glosses that have minimal bleeding, the liner helps me get rid of almost all of it. But of course, yeah, it depends on your circumstances. So I just did this video for you guys to see how it works, what its purpose is, a little before and after with the gloss that I chose to use as an example. But of course, you will get a better idea of it if you purchase it yourself and try it yourself. It's not expensive. I believe it's under $10. I'll leave the link below. I'm not getting a commission or anything like that. I don't want you guys to think I'm trying to get y'all to buy it because I'm a plug. I'm not. I have no discount code. I have no percentage of sale. I was excited to be a part of the packaging and other stuff coming later. So I just want to show you guys how it works, and let me know if you guys have used it or what you think about it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Other than that, keep your requests for future videos coming on in, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Until then, love you guys. Mwah.